In this video, I have WD-40 and silicone spray, and I will be telling you when to apply it, when not to apply it, and which one is best. So let's get to the video. So here we have the famous WD-40, which has been here for decades. What WD-40? WD stands for water dispersant, and the WD-40 is very great for loosening nuts. Works very well with rust, and it gets squeaky noises away very quickly, especially with hinges, vehicles, doors, metal hinges, metal. That's basically what I'm referring to. Anyways, people don't consider WD-40 as a lubricant, but because of what it's made with, its compound generally is built with kerosene and other petrochemicals, so that's why it's actually considered as a lubricant. So here you can see what it's basically used for. So it's good for moving parts such as hinges, wheels, rollers, chains, gears, and so on. So it's a lubrication for these different devices or mechanisms. So it displaces moisture. You can use WD-40 in areas where there is water, the areas where there is moist. So no matter if you have a threaded area, threaded hole, which has a little bit of rust build-up in it, it can be steel, it can be cast aluminum. Doesn't really have rust. Well, something that any steel, iron that has rust in it, WD-40 can work very well. So here you can say distributor should not have moisture in it. You can use it also for the spin inside there. It protects and penetrates different spaces. It penetrates through small spaces to actually be effective. So here you can see it removes rust, adhesive, gum, and so on, and water deposits. So the main reason why WD-40 is the best over any other lubricant that I know, that's my personal opinion, is because of how it works well with water. So now we're going to be going ahead and we're going to go side by side with the silicone spray. So silicone spray generally it works very well with car doors, garage doors, etc. The WD-40 is a very light coated thing, so you don't really get that much foam. It's just like a mist, a very oily mist, I would say. And the silicone spray, on the other hand, it gets having kind of like foam and car will build up. So if you have a hinge, you can use silicone spray if you don't have WD-40. WD-40, what it really does, you can use it to fight against moisture. And what silicone spray does, it actually is water resistant. So that's kind of the really good benefit of the silicone spray over the WD-40. So areas that you get a lot of water, silicone spray will do the best job. For example, under your vehicle where you have bolts, tie rod end bolts, all this kind of stuff, WD-40 works, but silicone spray is better in that case. But either way, they both are water resistant because of the greasy or the oily factor, but silicone spray works best in that case. Anyway, so silicone spray, it protects outside paint and it goes into the hinges and make it work smoothly. Basically, the silicone spray is best for door locks and is used on plastics. We do not recommend that you use silicone spray by spraying exactly on the mechanism that you want to use, but rather spray it on a cloth and then wipe it. So you see, like your weather strips, your rubber seals for your doors and so on, your vehicle doors, it will work great with that, but you have to don't just spray directly on it, on a cloth, and wipe it. So you can keep that nice shine, you can protect your rubbers from being dry rotted and so on. So generally we have two very good sprays, two very good lubricants, and they both are harmful if swallowed. And I wonder it says flammable, so they both are flammable also. But there's also alternatives in case you don't have the access to these two. So now I'm going to have both the silicone spray and the WD-40 in action, and I'm going to show you exactly what I meant by one is a bit foamier, one is not. So this is the WD-40, and I'm going to spray it on that little mist. So as you can see, the WD-40 is just very light coated, just a very light coat lubricant. And as for the silicone spray, if I spray the silicone spray, you'll see it made a lot of foam. They look practically almost the same though, but when you spray in the silicone spray, you get a lot more foam than the WD-40. So generally you have to wipe it, you have to put spray it on something before you begin applying it. Spray on a piece of cloth, but it's very great. You don't need to spray on a piece of cloth if you want to just try to remove a bolt or something. So if you do not have either one of these, or the best options to use, you have brake fluid. Is very good for lubricating bolts, those with rust. So if you have spare brake fluid in your vehicle, which you should always have, always keep it close when you want to remove a bolt and also reinstall a bolt. It will help to damage the rust and have it enter much freely and remove much freely also. So it's assisting removing, but not all lubricants can guarantee a very good removal or successful removal. Some people also use grease. So this is the shell grease. So some people also use grease for, be kind of like a lubricant, I'll say, or just oil it up. It's still a lubricant, but just very thick. But in my opinion, the best lubricant I could use when I'm not dealing with any watery areas that are not very prone to getting wet, I use oil. So it's not exactly that type of oil. You can use any oil you get, no matter it's a good oil has been used, fresh oil, just for the factor of to prevent rust. This is very great. So if you're going to be doing any mechanical repairs and so on, and you have parts that don't need to get rust, that can be prone to rust, or areas that could get rust that will affect the performance or the mechanism of whatever part that you need. For example, bolts. You can store bolts in oil and they'll be very great. In other words, if you store it in brake fluid, it could be better. If you actually spray it with either one of these, it's great too, but these things come with a cost. This is the cheapest option here. So while a SA40 oil, let's see, this grade oil will be $17, that here will be $11. So this is a quart, and this is, well, probably like half a quart. This here would be close to $20. This one here could be $25. You could really store bolts in grease, just a little lubricant in case you do not have the others. But the best overall is this. Anyways, the video is all about these two guys. You can leave a comment under the video which one is best for you. But the best lubricant so far, I can say WD-40 is the best for dry areas. For wet areas, I rather use the waterproof silicone spray. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel.